Yes, people, welcome back to the studio. So, in today's video, we're going to do a bit of a jam session. We're going to basically be making a piano house track from scratch. I'm going to be kind of working around some of my tracks, like In Love With You, and just basically starting to build a track idea out with the piano. Um, and yeah, just seeing what happens, going for that old school sound. Uh, it's going to be a bit more of a jamming session today, so I'm just going to kind of create and see where the flow goes. But yeah, excited to get into this one. So yeah, let's get stuck in. Awesome. So we are back. We are in the studio. Exciting times. So to start this track, Piano House. I'm going to start with a good old piano that I know works a treat. This is in a plugin called Contact 8. It's funny, I actually didn't know I had half of these plugins. Um, but I downloaded a thing called Native Instruments, and I brought a bit of hardware back when I was younger, just messing around with like track pads and stuff. And yeah, had Contact. It's got a really nice piano. So we've got this piano. What I'm going to do first of all is I've got this in the top MIDI. I'm going to set a loop so I can work in the first 9 bars, set the BPM to maybe, we'll go 132. Quicker sort of house vibe. I'm going to set my key for the track. So I'm going to probably go keys, I just go random. Kind of just means that everything that I make is going to be in the same, it's going to sound nice. You don't have to always be in key, but it's a good way to start tracks. So I'm gonna go major scale. So major's always happy, sort of happy scale. Everything's high energy, good vibes. Minor is a bit more moody. Doesn't mean it's not as energetic, but it sounds a bit different. So I'm gonna use the C sharp major scale. Again, I've found this through the MIDI effects. I've waxed this onto my MIDI track, and it just means now every note I make is going to be in that, is going to be within this key signature. Bit of music theory, but essentially, if you just pick one of these like I have and work to it, you'll be absolutely fine. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to add this chord MIDI effect. So essentially, a chord is when you play more than one note at the same time. So I'm going to set this so the first note I play plus 3 semitones up. Semitones and tones are basically a bit of more music theory, but you see this piano. Each time you jump, you're jumping a semitone. That's just the name of it. It's like a step. And then when you jump a tone, that's like a full note. Again, I need to sharpen up on my music theory a little bit, but yeah, stuff you don't really need to know, to be fair, to make a track. But anyway, I'm gonna make this piano and see how it sounds. Might be the key. Oh wait, no, it's just the. So I'm just experimenting with different notes at the moment. I might even change the chords. Yeah, so again, I'm gonna struggle to get a little thing going here. I'm getting there. I'm gonna just change the key a little bit, see if it makes any difference. Yeah, I'm not really getting anything at the moment. Just building out this melody. I'm trying to go for something a little bit less kind of emotional. So what I'm doing is, because I've got the setting on chord, every time I click on a note to add it, it's adding like 2 layered notes at the same time, so I can make this cool like layered harmony sort of melodic sound. So I kind of like that. Okay, we're getting there. So we've got this cool piano sort of vibe. I'm just going to call it piano 1. Now I'm going to add some strings. Let's go. Strings. Synthetic for me is a go-to. Ableton, stock sound. They're just so cool. You just add. Utility, always to change the volume of your track. Yeah, so we've got this cool little string piano combo. And we're working in G major. So right now I'm probably gonna maybe even look for a vocal. I'm gonna start on the acapellas. I'm gonna go during the chorus, very classic track, but I'm gonna really chop it up so you can't tell that it's sample. Your touch was like honey on my skin. Your touch. With vocal sampling, you'll see what I do. So at the moment, this is warped. Your touch was like honey on my skin. But it's way too quick, so I'm gonna just double the BPM to slow it down. Your touch pours like honey on my skin. Smoother than. I'm gonna press. At the moment, it sounds kind of like glitchy. I'm blue. But if you press from beats to complex, you'll hear it smooths out.
I'm blues.
I like that a little bit. What I'm going to do as well, you'll see, is it sounds a bit like I need it to be a bit quicker, the vocal. So I'm going to double click on the one end and double click on the other and just you're basically setting cue points, and then I'm just going to like squeeze it so it goes shorter.
I'm blues. I'm blues. My only flaw. I'm blues. My only flaw.
Like that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a bit of delay. Just to make it last a bit longer, and I'm going to make it a bit quieter.
My only flaw.
Maybe add another bit.
The blue, by you I'm consumed. I'm blues. My only flaw.
I like the way it sounds at the moment, but I'm just going to mess around with the pitch just to see if I can make it a bit more unique. I might even chop it up as well, actually.
I'm set downhill flow, only flow of mine. You keep needing, keep calling.
That is nice. Okay.
I'm blue, I'm blue. You keep needing, I'm blue. Needing, keep, I'm blue. You keep needing, I'm blue. You keep needing, keep calling. I'm blue. Keep needing, keep needing.
I want it to be like, keep needing, keep. Oh, okay. I don't know what it's saying, but there you go.
Keep needing, keep needing, keep needing. All it, keep needing, keep needing, keep calling, needing, keep calling, keep needing, keep calling, keep needing, keep.
Yeah, so I'm just going to chop it and just make it line up properly. So when I'm cutting, I'm basically pressing Command C. Or Command C, Command B, copy and paste. But if I'm wanting to, like, if I take this little chunk here and I want to cut out any part of it, if you click it, Command J. No, not Command J. Command E, and then you'll cut it.
Keep needing, I'm blue. Keep needing, keep needing, keep needing, keep needing, keep needing, keep call, keep needing, keep call, keep needing, keep call, keep needing, keep needing, keep calling,
Switch out a little bit.
calling, keep needing, calling.
Okay, there we go.
I'm consumed. I'm consumed. I'm consumed.
Yeah, and I'm just going to shorten this a little bit.
I'm consumed. I'm consumed. I'm blue. Keep needing, keep calling.
I like that keep needing, keep calling, but it's just, again, a little bit out.
I'm blue. Keep needing,
And move it just a little bit forward.
keep needing, keep calling.
A little bit too far forward.
Keep needing, I'm blue. Keep needing, keep calling. Keep needing, keep calling.
That'll do. Like that.
I'm consumed. I'm blue.
Yeah, so what I've done is I've tried to make the vocal a bit more unique. Obviously, the original is very well known and super, like, famous and popular, which is Ace. But when I'm sampling, I'm proper just chopping and making it unrecognizable really. So we've gone to the kick. So I'm adding this little 909 kick, which I will rename kick main at the top. And because I always have my kicks in like a grey colour, light grey, I'm going to assign the track colour and just have that pumping at the top. I go for a bit more of a... That's the chunky. Just as I'm going, you'll see that I'm actually mixing down on the way, just so I know what volumes are coming in. So I'm on the piano. Piano's pretty loud. I want it to be about minus 13, 14. Strings are sound at 120. I'm just going to EQ the kick as well. Kick is quite loud actually, I'm going to turn that down a bit. Vocal's quite loud as well, so... What I'm also doing is I like to mix down, but I also EQ pretty much everything along the way. Just to have control over the sound, I want to be EQing out the frequencies I want and don't want. So with this strings, I want kind of the highest. Maybe ramp up the high end a little bit, but nothing too crazy. You'll see me as well on this EQ, I'm basically filtering out the kick, so I'm shaping it to when it loses that punch just after it comes back. I might swap the kick, I'm not massively... Yeah, the kick's okay, I feel like we could find a better one, so I'm going to have just a cheeky little look. Actually, no, that'll do. So yeah, as you can see, I'm EQing, I'm getting the volumes right as I go, but I'm building just this track from the beginning, this first little 9 bars. Just gonna see what the times are. Okay, cool. So we've been going for just over 18 minutes. Awesome. So we've got a kick, piano, strings. What I'm probably going to do actually now is go along and add a bass. The structure in which I add and take away stuff really varies on the track. This is just what I'm feeling right now. I'm going to go to Diva for my bass. And I'm going to try and draw it along with the piano. So I kind of just want the piano. So I'm going to solo the piano and just have the bass. I'm going to go for the try, very typical house sort of bass. House bass. But before I do this, I'm going to just make sure that I've put G major scale on the bass channel. So every note I now draw in this MIDI is going to be in the right key. So I kind of want the bass to probably be bouncing outside of where the piano hits, so it just has more time to breathe. Okay, this could work. They might clash a little bit, but if I can make them just kind of work. Oh, I've got a rogue note. Delete the rogue note. Okay. Okay, so we've got a little double hit on the piano, so might add just a note here. Okay, that works. So mostly they're not really clashing when the bass and the piano play. I'm just gonna add a bit of delay to this bass just to make it travel a little bit more.
I'm consumed. I'm blue. Keep needing, keep calling.
Just sounding nice. Okay, I'm gonna just add a bit of reverb to the piano, make it a bit more airy.
I'm blue. Keep needing, keep calling.
I'm gonna ramp up the notes and the strings as well.
I'm blue. Keep needing, keep calling. I'm consumed. I'm blue. Keep needing, keep calling.
You are wondering why I keep looking back. We've got some new kittens and they're pretty chaotic, so I can just hear things bouncing all over the place.
I'm blue. Keep needing, keep calling. I'm blue. Keep needing, keep calling. I'm consumed. I'm blue. Keep needing, keep calling.
Okay, so we've got a beginning, we've got a first 9 bars sounding groovy. I'm gonna go along and add some drums, and for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna go straight, add a MIDI, and then add the 909 kit. So you'll see straight away all the drums I want are loaded up in the 909 kit. This is something that I've made a video on actually, using drum kits. Speeds up your production so much. I only started using them recently, but you'll see I've got all the 909 hits that I want here, and I can just draw them out together and make it sound pretty cool.
Keep needing,
So the open hat won't play in this drum kit when the closed hat plays. You can see where the closed hat plays by the little square. This is because it's got this thing called choke on, so it's a setting on the drum kit if you go to, so if you click this little button here to show you the chain on the core kit, you can go down and you will see, oh no, it's not there. Okay, so it's this little button here, you click it and you can see it says choke here. So basically this drum kit's got a default thing, so when the closed hi-hat plays, it chokes out the open hi-hat, meaning that the closed hi-hat will play over the open hi-hat. It just means that when you play, when you put the tune, when you're making the track and like things aren't playing at times, it just adds a bit more energy and groove. Okay, add a clap. So the clap, I'm just going to change around just some of the pitching on some of these drums. So just changing the pitch up and down. Maybe even the volumes as well. And I'm just going to pan them a little bit. So just going to pan the hi-hats to the left and to the right. Maybe you can try the snare drum. Kits are cool because you've got a lot of control over where what's being added, what's being taken away on the kit. So I've got the drums, I've got the strings, piano, bass and a kick. What I'd probably do now is I'd start working on like the first drop. So I've got the 9 bars. I'm going to just bring in and out the elements that I've made. So it's almost like a sketch pad. So this bit could just be the drums and the strings. Maybe the piano. And then just add everything back. Maybe take away the strings. Okay, so it sounded cool. What I probably want to do now is add some drum layers to what I've already got. So I'm just going to add some drum loops. Just to fill out the drums a bit. Now there's a few ways you could do this. You could okay, so this is a nice drum loop. But as you can see, it's slightly, I'm gonna have to just mess around with the audio of it a sec. It's a little bit out here. You can even see on where the things hit. I want this to be hitting about 2.3. Start it there. Sounds solid. Okay. So we've got this little drum layer underneath, and I'm going to just add that to the drums overall. Maybe just turn it down a bit. It's quite a strong drum loop. It's even got its own kick as well, so I'm going to probably want to EQ it a little bit. Might even just move the open high a little bit more center. I could even pitch the open high up a little bit. Sometimes back in the day, the older old school house tracks, like their hi-hats were pitched pretty weirdly. Maybe too low, maybe too high, just to add just that extra bit of feel to it. I'm just going to move the velocity down as well. Okay, yeah, it doesn't sound the best pitched down. So I'm going to go back to the open high and pitch it up a little bit. Have the vocals back. I'm actually going to take the vocal and cut it up again, so quite like this little bit. What I'd love to do is just like go to any bit and just press the space bar and press play and stop. Like that. So we'll go back. That's nice. See, sounds slightly out of key. Oh, looks like, yeah, we've just lost the GoPro. So yeah, I can carry on. I'm going to carry on. I can still do the track breakdown. Just you won't be able to see me. So we'll carry on for another 5 and then we'll call it a day. But you've seen already there's been quite a lot that I've made, and the cat has also joined me now. So yeah, right. What I might even do is add a filter. I'm going to add a filter and just basically filter so it's just in the background. So just turning it down, adding a bit of filter, adds a really nice vox in the background. With the piano, I'm just going to change the velocity as well with the randomizer, just make it sound a bit more human. Even press add human. Actually, I'm going to humanize it all a little bit. So you hear we've got a cool track going. I'm not going to build it out. I'm just going to finish it here, but we've got, you know, some basic elements: drums, bass, piano, and it's sounding groovy, sounding pretty cool. We could even, you know, on the breakdown, we could experiment with taking the piano away in the drop. piano house track, I probably feel like we should have it. Crazy though with the drum loop when it goes, the difference it makes. I wouldn't want either of them separate, but when they're together. Boom. Yeah, so there you go. There is a lovely little piano house groove that kind of built from scratch. Obviously you can see I've jammed quite a lot in this session, so yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on this sort of not open format, but just me kind of just working and explaining as I go, being a bit quicker than the normal videos, but yeah, as you can see, we've got down to quite a solid idea in this period of time. So yeah, please let me know how this goes for you. If you get any tips, there is plenty to pick away from this one. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next video.